All right, and then here's our 30-second ad break. Even though we're on the tube of you. Oh, no, never mind. Hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another session of Philly by Night, where we are a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition game set in the city of brotherly love and all that comes with it. I am your storyteller for the Mystery Machine table, Fennec. And today we were our coterie is down to 2. And here's the bottom line. We're going to have a surprise duo session. So, we are going to... Yeah, no need for ad breaks on the recording, silly, as our producer is telling me. I forget these things sometimes. It's fine. But we are in our continuity for Philly by Night. It is... Oh, goodness. I wrote it down here. August, where did I put that? There you are. My lovely ST notes. Sorry, no, not August, April. It is April 12th, 2025. It is a stormy night. The winds are howling as they force tree branches to rattle against various homes and buildings within the city. Rain is pelting the streets. And what have you, creating large puddles that cars are splashing onto people who mutter as they pull their coats closer, their hoods down over their faces tighter, their steps brisk as they are trying to get out of this assault. And we will go ahead and we will start with our early riser of the evening, Micah. Dear darling Micah.
Yes.
You wake up an hour before sunset with that lovely humanity that you have. Grim is resting on your bed with you, her faithful, watchful companion, making sure you are safe, you are sound. However, tonight you woke up at Hunger 4.
I did.
You did. So while Grim may be able to protect you from the things that come into your room, he cannot protect you from the beast inside. Hey, Felber, can you mute yourself, bud? Thank you. I didn't realize you were still going. But as you wake, the beast inside you is prowling. It rattles the bars of the cage. You can feel your gums tingling as this burning sensation of hunger is in your throat and just overtaking everything as your heart beats in this mockery of life. And with every beat, the hunger feels to become stronger and stronger and stronger. As you kind of open your eyes and look about the room, in the corner stands this shadowed figure. This man with his hair slicked back, eyes burning the bright yellow of an eclipsed sun, staring at you, his mouth agape, fangs extended and bestial, almost looking as if a lion's jaw is about to snap upon you. This time you're able to get a little bit better sense of what is going on with him. You can see, while this man is wearing a well-tailored suit, one of the arms looks to have a jagged cut across it, and there's just this slow drip. You can't tell if it's ichor, sunlight, vitae. It's this muted, burnt red, golden black that's just dripping onto your floor.
She's just staring at the figure.
And he just... Oh, go ahead.
I'm just staring and laying completely still, waiting to see if the figure is going to do anything. Because right now she's, like, so hungry that she's, like, You know when you're feeling so terrible inside, you're afraid to move?
Mhm.
And it's kinda silly because it's not gonna hurt to move, but that's kind of where she's at right now. She's just concentrating so hard on her hunger and then this figure. So she's just staring him down.
Yeah. And he just tilts his head one way. And as you're noticing, like the shadows on his face are sunken in, hollow, almost emaciated in a way. And the other way tilts, and his fangs click against his bottom teeth. And he just snarls, "Hunger!" and pounces.
Does Grim react to this figure at all?
As do you no, Grim does not seem to see anything. He does not seem to react. And this figure leaps at you and vanishes in this almost dark, smoky mist. Congrats on your
She
first
will
hunger hallucination.
she will absolutely startle and kind of just tumble down from the bed. Um as she was like trying to like get out of the way.
Yeah, that's
Probably
fair.
startling Grim as well.
Yeah, there is a oof from Grim as you uh, tumble onto the floor and everything. Um, and he kind of looks down at you. Because he is your familius, you do not need to rouse for feral whispers. He tilts his head, tilts it this way, does that dog thing, and then just kind of bumps you with his very wet nose. Are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, yeah. Are you okay? There we go. I had to remember his voice.
She just shakes her head and gets up. Fine, I'm fine. It's that it's that weird thing that I keep seeing again.
He just kind of cocks his head and just does the big old like great the big dog lean on you
Mm-hmm.
that nearly probably almost topples you over.
Probably not.
That's fair.
But yeah, no, I get it. She just pats him. Come on, let's get out. I need to eat
Yeah.
soon.
uh you'll have it takes a little bit for other people to kind of wake up and everything because this has only been about 15 minutes since you
Oh,
woke up,
fair.
and it's like um but you are able to get ready, get dressed. You're able to snag Issa, who is a member of Clan Gangrel, who kind of is the general errand person for to help you, go find a place to get your Grim Reaper on and whatnot, using the Familia to help distract so you can make yourself, top back up to hunger one.
Yeah.
Yee.
Nom
And
nom.
then, nom nom. And while that's going on, we'll bounce over to Pendleton. Uh, Pendleton, thankfully, you only wake up at a hunger two, but you said you were going to feast on your herd?
Yeah, that made the most sense.
Yeah,
Just tap into that.
that's fair. Yeah. So yeah, you wake up a little hungry, nothing you haven't dealt with before, and it's easy to call up a member of your herd. You get your snack on, they leave. Go ahead, roll me a wits and awareness real quick.
Just one success.
That's gonna be enough. It is you don't see it, you hear it at first, and that's where it's a little bit of a delayed reaction. But there's this little kind of like script. There we go. That little like sound of tiny paws scampering up something. And you look over on like the receptionist counter of your tattoo shop, and there standing there is a little rat with a tiny postman's hat, a little satchel, with a note kind of clung between its teeth, and just looking up at you with a little wave.
We'll kind of address the rat then. Like, hello.
And it, it kind of wiggles a sec, spreads its little paws out, drops the note on it, and goes, Pickets, buckles, buckles.
Thank you. You will pick up the note.
Just stands there like this with a paw out.
I don't have anything for you. I don't have anything.
It stomps its little back foot and angrily points at its hands.
I don't know what you want. I've got nothing. This is a tattoo parlor. There's not anything in here for you.
And it just angrily stomps and then skitters off.
There's no food in the tattoo parlor. I don't know what you're talking about. Pendulum does need it, and rats shouldn't be in here. They're a hell hazard.
It's fine. It's fine. This is good. This is fun. This is going to be fun for Fennec later. Don't worry about it. But do you read the note that you have been given?
Yeah, you'll definitely read the note.
Okay. It is from the clan whip Gato. And inside it says, "Hey, Bubala, hope you're doing good. Listen, need you to stop by the clan haven soon. You're gonna meet another cousin, cause me and the permanent got some things for you to do. So, be careful taking the tunnels. There's some spooky shit going on. So, maybe Uber. Love ya, kisses, mwah. And then sign Gato."
Well, I guess get ready for the day and then see about getting a ride over there. He's been told not to take tunnels. He doesn't take the tunnels all that often anyway, because it's a lot of walking to do. They're good when you need them, but
yeah. And this is
most
as your
pleasant way to travel. So
this is as your storyteller, just setting you up because we gotta get you and Humble, our other NOS player, together to do some NOS shenanigans. But that's Pendleton now knows. Oh, I need to see the Primogen and Whip at some point.
okay, so that's not a that's what I'm doing today thing.
Correct. Yeah. No. Today you are heading over to the Coterie Haven to meet the rest of your coterie because Mix LeClaire would have messaged you all through the city cell phone service that congratulations, y'all have another job.
Okay, then yeah, he will get ready and head that way then.
Yee. So yeah, easy enough for you to get an Uber to head over to Books of Our Own, where you guys are havening as a coterie and whatnot. Let me see who arrives here first. Heads or tails?
It makes the most sense for Mika to arrive first. They wake up an hour before me, right?
But they also had to, well, okay, about the same time.
They also can't
Do some
leave during
hunting.
that hour because they wake up an hour before sunset. So that time is not exactly extra time outside. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, we will do it where, honestly, probably Micah, because she ate first and then just went over. So Micah, you arrive over at the Haven. You are greeted when you come inside by y'all's coterie ghoul, Delilah. She is currently slumped over a pile of books and open notebooks and just muttering to herself about midterms and how they are the stupidest thing known to man and they are assholes and who decided on them.
She will just very quietly walk in, just look at her for a few moments. Do you need any help with that?
Miss Micah, hello. Sorry.
Right.
Not unless you have information on the Council of Worms and the Lutheran Reformation.
Not on me.
I mean, honestly, if you can get it to me within the week, I already work for you all.
Do you want a study session at some point?
Oh my god, yes, please.
I mean, we can, if we have time, we can make that happen. I would be more than happy to help you out.
Yes. Perfect. That would be wonderful. I do know Mix LeClaire is in the meeting room, and she's just waiting on the rest of you. group to arrive. But yes, we can discuss the particulars of arranging that because I don't know why I decided to take this class. I thought it would be a fun elective, even though I already have enough credits for my doctorates and things. But you know, I decided to be fun arguing with people about Catholicism and other things.
It's fun indeed.
Yeah,
Or something.
there's something.
Yes. So can I just go in, or?
Yes, you can go in. And everything. And she just will turn back to the journal, muttering about, "God damn it, Luther, why did it have to be 95 theses?"
She will just politely go in and ignore whatever that was, and try and think about what kind of books she has that might be helpful. Probably
Sure.
not a lot, but
We will call this a wits and intelligence to kind of think about your personal library as you're walking in.
And wits and what now?
Intelligence, because you're accessing your memory.
Wits and intelligence.
Yeah, it's our memory mechanic.
Oh. Okay.
And while you were typing that up, Pendleton, you're arriving a couple minutes later. Again, you see Delilah leaned over the books, muttering about academics.
Yeah, the books do not appear to be art history or anything that related, so he has no input at all. He's just like, "Oh, well, good luck with that," and just kind of gestures, was like, "We're in there."
She'll look up. "Oh, Mr. Pendleton, thank you. Yes, I am quickly understanding my mixed Leclerc said, maybe less in my course load. But yes, everyone's in there."
He will just nod and head that direction then.
All right. Let me check what you got here in our box of doom. 5 successes. Easy enough, Micah. While human religion isn't necessarily one of your strong special interests, you have enough books that you have acquired from, you know, your grandsire and everything, having lived in Prague, to help her out, and those can be easily sent later.
Right.
I
will do that. But
yeah.
for now, going in and sitting down, I guess.
Yeah. You both would see Mick Leclerc sitting there with a journal, writing something in it. Behind them in this meeting room, there's several comfortable chairs, a long table that everybody can sit around if they want. It's a rounded table too. Haha. And then behind them is a corkboard whiteboard combo. On the corkboard, there is a map of Philly with several red strings attached, leading up to articles and what look to be pictures of various crime scenes. They look to be, there are some people who look like they have been mauled by something. There's also look to be animals that are also no longer with us in that same fashion and whatnot. It seems to be scattered all over the city of Philly proper. Yeah.
Micah will walk in and just look over what's laid out.
Okay.
Kind of just not looking at something specific, but just kind of glancing over and taking in what's on the table.
Nice. Pendleton, are you doing much the same, or?
Yeah, pretty much. He's just coming in and finding a seat. So.
Okay. Kind of hearing the chairs scrape back and y'all settling in. Cyrene will look up from the journal she was writing in, close it, give a scritch down to Arwen. Ah, all right. Hi, you two. So we're going to be a bit of a lighter crew today. Both Percy and Miss Candy have some obligations they got to take care of, but they should be able to help you on part 2 of this. Part 1, she'll gesture to the corkboard behind her. I think y'all might be able to handle.
All right.
I mean, willing to try.
Yeah. Everything's all right with the others, right?
Oh yeah. Percy just had some family business that she got to take care of, and Miss Candy, her family wanted to help her get a little better integrated with everything, especially now that y'all helped find Benny, and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's just them. It's just some family matters. They're good though.
Right. And what's all this about? And she like gestures to like what's been laid out.
So there's been a string of animal attacks, and yes, my air quotes are doing the heavy lifting on the animal attacks here. Our emissaries to the Gru have checked in and ain't on their side of the fence, and I asked Miss She if it's any of her family stuff, but she ain't saying that. There was, during the war, a bunch of whites in the city and whatnot, but my group mostly cleaned them up out, so y'all's job is to see what exactly this is. If it's somebody not having a care for the masquerade, or unfortunately, if we miss some of the whites, and the cleanup coterie got to get on it.
We're not expected to do anything about it ourselves, right? Because I'm not very good at defending myself.
This one is strictly a investigate and find the information. And if the information tries to bite back, you are more than authorized to skedaddle.
Thank you.
Dead kindred don't make good reports.
That's what I was thinking.
No, we can definitely try and do that.
Yeah.
So, what's the when was the last attack?
Last attack, and she'll kind of move the journal aside. There's several folders. She'll pass you each one and flip open one herself. And they kind of go through the pages mumbling, no, that was March. No, where is April 10th, 2 nights ago. Though with how often this is happening on almost a near nightly basis, I have a feeling if it is one of us, there are people who are not fans of law enforcement and are not reporting what happens to them.
Right. But if what's the description of the last one? Do we have any details at all about that, or it's just an animal attack?
She would point to y'all's folders. They did manage to go to a hospital I have some friends in. And you would see there's a medical report with the police statement. Go ahead, and if you guys want, we can call this either a wits if you're looking over it, or a resolve if you're trying to get every detail. Investigation or medicine, depending on which part you're focusing on. Medicine would be for the medical report, investigation for the police report.
Paranormal mysteries don't count into this, right?
I will allow it because you are technically investigating something that may be supernatural.
Yeah. Well, death is also part of it, from my awareness. But I'll investigate.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 3 with resolve and investigation against the police report, because I don't have any medical knowledge.
That's fair. Or wits, depending on if you're just giving a quick cursory look over.
Resolve is also a better stat for me, so I would do it a deeper dive.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and do that, and I will look over at our box where we do all of our rules. Okay. 3 and a 2. Not bad. Or are you spending some willpower? Willpower. Okay. All right. So 3 and 2. Not bad. You for my 2 here, Micah. You're able to glean that this person, what they wrote, the police are chalking it up to them being on drugs or under the influence of something. However, when you kind of go back and forth, there's no, the talk screen they took, there's nothing there to indicate any sort of illicit substance. You also are getting that whatever this was, it almost appears akin to a hunger frenzy, like you had to roll for tonight. And I'll wait for Pendleton to get his ears back on and stop yelling at the small furry critters. This ad break brought to you by the Children of Bast. Because why be a werewolf when you can be a cat? The cats.
Yeah, we have a right beside my desk. So like right here is like the tea station. It's got the Keurig, it's got the kettle, it's got all the tea and stuff. And the cat decided that she was gonna try and jump up there. She didn't make it all the way to the counter, but she just made a bunch of. I'm like, that's not where you're supposed to be at all. It's all breakable shit.
That's fair. So for your 3 success here, Pendleton, much like Micah, you're able to see that there is this seems akin to a hunger frenzy. This individual was not on drugs or any illicit substance or alcohol at this time. You will get also that the police, in the report, another thing that stands out is they said that this figure was dripping in blood, but with no obvious wounds.
Interesting. Well, they are talking about animals like the police are, but from everything here, this seems like something more like us. Hunger frenzy, probably, but
I agree.
City doesn't have any missing people, right? We're not missing one of our own.
Cyrene will nod. Thankfully, all censuses that we take, everybody's clans and people in those clans are accounted for, but she'll kind of gesture to the map behind her. Burke's regime left a lot of orphans, left a lot of unknowns.
Right. When did these attacks start? Do we know?
Cyrene will flip through the papers. January, looks like. So, if it was something from Burke, that's a very long delayed time.
Right.
But torpors a funny thing, especially if some kid or something wandered on somebody. I was like, oh, neat.
Mostly, where was the very first attack? Do they have any kind of pattern in how they've gone?
She'll flip through and look, and then point to a spot that is the main hospital in Philadelphia, the name that I'm blanking on right now.
Okay. Just taking a look at like where the pins are on the map, does it look like there's a pattern of like them moving in a certain direction? Is it all within a certain radius, or is it all like Pendleton doesn't have a whole lot of investigation or skill in this, but could follow a line if they were if it was real obvious they were moving in one direction.
Yeah. So hospital or University Hospital of Philly, I think is what it is. Or Hospital of the University of Philly is where it started. There we go.
The hub.
Yeah. Gee, as the Tremere Primogen, you think I remember this?
Is there any pictures of the? I can't remember if you said if there's any pictures of the victims.
Yeah. So Pendleton, for you, since you were looking specifically at the pattern, you can go ahead and give me another resolve an investigation here. I will give you a bonus die because Cyrene has set up this kind of map for you. Micah, if you are looking at the pictures of the victims, go ahead. We can call this another resolve and medicine and whatnot. And you will also, because Cyrene has kind of done the groundwork for you, get that extra bonus die as well.
Well, I was actually gonna look for like specific kindred, like things
Okay.
that could, like, it was done by a kindred, like any like claw marks or any, like anything that could indicate a kindred.
Okay.
Using
Yeah.
either my kindred history or my death awareness or my paranormal mysteries.
Okay. I will give you kindred mysteries then. So resolving kindred mystery, resolve with the it's academics, right? For that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Because you're pulling on your knowledge that you've studied under your grandfather and everything. Grandsire, not grandfather. I know kindred terms.
So we had some willpower, and we blood
Okay.
searched and got hungrier, but we got 4 successes.
4 successes. Perfect. That meets my difficulty that I had set for you. So you are noticing from the Hospital of the University of Philadelphia, it is moving towards, it kind of zigzags a little, but it is moving towards what looks to be Chinatown, the Chinatown section of town.
Okay, well, that gives us a place to at least possibly start. Does Chinatown fall into any certain domain for the city?
At this time, no. Uh, it doesn't really fall into any. Prince Alicia Sexton, the Merciful, has still kind of been maintaining, like, yeah, clan havens are their own thing, but everybody can kind of hunt wherever, much like her predecessor, her husband, John Sexton. All right, and all right, with 5 successes for Micah here, easy enough as you look, and you kind of examine these wounds and everything, and whatnot. You can see the telltale, like, they're all over. It's almost like whoever this person um, is just is in such a state of hunger. They're trying to latch on wherever, but it is very clear to see the canines are a little bit deeper, a little bit sharper. That first piercing puncture point, even if they get torn away and whatnot, in the struggle to feed on some of these people or these animals.
All right. Well, I don't really know what to make of this. Do you have any idea, Pendleton?
I mean, looks from what we could tell, we have a during. Do we have information on whose territory that might have been during Burke's time, like both the hospital and Chinatown?
Yes. Give me one moment here to consult my compendium of knowledge. Because if I remember correctly, I just need to double check here real quick.
Because the kindred that was in torpor from Burke's time and someone found it under the hospital, then that might give us an idea who or what we're dealing with. They might have just followed available sources of food or easy prey in one direction or another, but
yeah. That's right. Yeah, Cyrene kind of mumbles, reaches into their bag, pulls out several journals and starts flipping through them as they are trying to find this information, grumbling on, I really need the sheriff to just get that part of the library done so that way I can put this all in there and I don't have to keep carrying it around all the time. And remember, just muttering to themselves. So Pendleton would know this. Chinatown was part of the old Nosferatu domain and everything. So it would kind of take you a second as Cyrene pulls it up and says, it's like, right. So, actually, Pendleton, Chinatown was your family's before, well, everything.
Okay, that makes sense.
Hospital, may he rest in hell and be tortured for the rest of his existence, was Burke's son, Seneschal Mackle's domain.
Okay.
Bastard. And he was one of her children, you would know, and Cyrene would let Micah would also know that because Betty was in the town and would have given her that information.
Ooh, no. This somewhat jives with the note I got from Godot, doesn't it? That something weird is going on in the tunnels?
Yeah, it could tie back to Gato that there's some weird things going on in the tunnels.
Yeah. I mean, if this is a Nos who is moving back towards something familiar, even if they're white, right? Using the tunnels and popping up out of there to feed would make sense.
Yeah, and Cyrene will kind of wheel her. She's in a wheelie chair and just go whoosh over the whiteboard part and write possible suspects: Torpor Kindred, white or Nosferatu white. Under that question mark, question mark, question mark.
Which if because Pendleton knows the sewer system, because I have the lore sheets that give me Philly under Philly, do the place of these attacks line up with entrances he might know to the tunnel system?
Go ahead. Because that lore sheet has a specific role attached to those. Give me a moment here. Trying to I want that's a wits and streetwise, if I'm recalling correctly. But yeah, give it a wits and streetwise just to see if it kind of lines up with your internal map. And then Micah, do you share the information about like, yeah, this is definitely kindred by the bite marks and whatnot?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I was also wondering because I have the kindred iconography lore sheet.
Yeah.
If there's anything I can gain from like looking at the map, looking at the victims, is there anything that looks like it could be kindred iconography? To further pinpoint what it could be.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm
go
eating.
ahead. No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead, and for you, you also get to roll me a wits and streetwise. You are adding your 3 dice as you are looking at these photos to see if there's any signs or whatnot that will point you in that direction. All right, back over here to the box of doom.
So that's 4, which is hopefully enough. Because if not, we're going to have issues.
Oh, buddy. Okay, 4 is going to be enough. You look over and you do notice that there are some correlations, like, oh, here by an old factory, over here by, an intersection near like the business areas and whatnot, and, a few other spots. But there are also some that are off the path from these and whatnot, but it still all points to the old Nos territories. All right, Micah, you got 2. It is not enough to get a lot of information, but you do notice on one of them, there is a marking that looks to be, it's an older version of what modern kindred use, but it does mark on one of the more recent attacks. It's a little faded, a little worn and everything, but it does state sanctuary. and an arrow kind of pointing in the direction towards where Pendleton is kind of showed where Chinatown is.
Meike will immediately point that out and agree that yeah, it definitely points in that direction for sure. So I think you're on to something.
Yeah, I think heading to Chinatown and checking out the tunnels there might be a good plan. Guess talking to the Lord of the Under to see if he's noticed anything, but I haven't actually run into him before, so avoid that for the moment.
I guess it's worth just like talking to them.
Oh, yeah, Q's a good guy.
Yeah, I just haven't made an introduction, so.
Yeah, I mean, I can technically introduce you being part of the court and everything. I do know he was busy. Let me just check something here real quick, and she'll pull out a phone and type a message. Because yeah, that's not my SPC. So give me a second.
Who's that person again?
Q.
Yeah.
He's the Lord of the Under. If we can make coterie introductions, and she'll kind of look at the phone and tilt her head. We can make some coterie introductions to him another time, because for y'all that'd be a good thing. I just need to make sure. I know he's busy with some of the things that have been going on down there, so I gotta talk with Rat Tail, Gato, and him to see when the best time to take y'all is. But
Right.
and whatnot. And we can definitely do that. But if you need someone to get you to Chinatown, and she'll do a little, she kind of lean back in the chair, go, "Hey, Delilah, you got a second?" And Delilah will come in writing on her notebook. Yes, Miss LeClaire. Lanny, get to Chinatown. You gonna be good doing that, or do I need to call city services? And she'll wave her hand. Oh, I've got it, Miss LeClaire. I just need to stop at a gas station, get some energy drinks, as you Americans call them, and make sure I'll be able to stay awake. Sarah will just kind of cork an eyebrow but nod. Okay, if needed, you can call city services and they can take over. Understood? Delilah will roll her eyes. Yes, Miss LeClaire, I understand. And she'll look at you all. I will get the van started and ready. While you finish, and I'll be out front. And she'll walk off. You hear some shuffling as she's shoving things in a backpack, grabbing keys, etc. Sarah will turn back to y'all. So, that's not the voice, that's Delight. So, mashed taters and biscuits. There we go, getting my voice back. She'll look at y'all. Sounds like y'all got a good place to start in Chinatown. Do you want me to come with you? Y'all gonna be good on your own?
I think we're gonna be good. Most we're just gonna go poke at things and then see if anything matches up with what we're looking at. I'm not gonna go too far, I don't think. I don't have any interest in fighting starved kindred.
Oh, me neither. But you're on my speed dial if anything happens.
Of course. And she'll just smile at y'all and pet Arwen. Well, good luck, and darkness watch over you and guide your steps.
Sure. It's an odd thing to say.
Would you wish to insight or see if it rings any bells?
Why not?
Cool. I will let you all either do a wits and insight on your coterie shadow, if you have body language it applies, or you can give me an intelligence and occult, and blood cults would apply.
I'm gonna do the occult one.
Nodism?
Nodism would also apply. And now because I said, "Hey there, Delilah," I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head, but I can't sing it because it's copyright.
So that's 2 successes on my not terribly great intelligence and occult roll.
The bud is hungry today.
I mean, you got 3 successes, Micah. That's pretty good.
I know, but like, ugh.
It's okay. We're good. So for you, dear Pendleton, that's weird. That's really weird. Why you gotta say it like that? That normal kindred don't. That's weird. We're gonna file that away for later. You can't quite place why it's weird. Micah, given your lineage being a descendant of Beckett, one of the renowned Nodist scholars, that, huh? You're pretty sure you've seen that phrase in like a Nodist text somewhere, but huh? Why would a Tremere Primogen say something like that? They're normally not known for that sort of a thing.
Filing it for later.
Yeah, you guys can file it for later and discuss as you wish. But yeah, so if you guys don't bother Mixclair, she kind of just waves you off, goes back to. Oh, go ahead, Pendleton.
No, I said that Pendleton will just head out to whatever vehicle they're taking for Chinatown, and
Yeah.
once they get there, he will give directions towards whatever entrances he knows of to the tunnels.
Okay.
Because that might be the best place to start.
Yeah, there are several tunnels all throughout the city, especially concentrated in Chinatown that you can direct Delilah to. It's just a simple soccer mom van, like that kind of beige gold. My kid is an honor student at University of Philly on the back and whatnot. The chairs in the backseat area are those have been modified to be those like captain chairs where they swivel, and there's a table in the middle that y'all can talk at or discuss notes. But once you both are inside, Delilah will start the car, put on some kind of cyberpunky. Can you all hear me still?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I've just got random bits of static sometimes. That's on me.
Okay, no worries. I just wanted to make sure. I saw you tap and I'm like, oh no, did you lose me? And whatnot. She'll put on some like cyberpunk kind of style lo-fi and just drive around. Do you all wish to talk about the weirdness or just kind of sit and look over a map and figure out how best to start your investigation?
Yeah. Like Pendleton doesn't have a whole lot of ideas on what he's doing for this investigation. He's just kind of going to the entrances to the tunnel he knows and being like, well, go see if we see a bunch of blood splatter or real obvious the monster went this way signs.
Did we get a copy of the like some folders with some clues and stuff to bring with us, or no?
Yes. The folders that Cyrene handed you are your own personal copies. You notice there were 2 more set off to the side that are going to be delivered to Percy and Candy over downtime for our next session and everything, so they can also get a look.
Yeah. So while they drive, Micah is gonna open one of the folders and just make some of her own notes on a blank piece of paper, and kind of think out loud. So okay, so we had these attacks at this and this and this date, here and here and here, and we think that they are probably kindred because of the marks, and it happened in this direction, and trying to like piece it all together and like I guess on like a single piece of paper, so they have all the clues that they currently have, and then just kind of share it with Pendleton, of course, as well.
Okay. I will go ahead and say, with the prep work you are both doing, kind of pointing out where the entrances are and things of that nature in the notes, that will give you a +1 die bonus to your next roll and everything for this investigation. All right. But yeah, Delilah doesn't really say much other than, when she'll tell you when she's pulling into a local gas station. 5-10 minutes later comes out with a bag that is clanging with energy drinks, apparently found a good sale. And we'll crack one open as they drive to the most recent, the entrance that Pendleton indicated in Chinatown. It is nearby a little holistic medicine, goodness gracious, a little holistic medicine kind of market. And she'll kind of pull into the back behind there and park the van and look at you all. All right. Do you wish me to come with you, or do you want me to stay here and keep the vehicle running?
I have a feeling the less people we are, the better. Because I don't want to be found by whatever is causing this. But then again, more eyes is also good. What do you think, Pendleton?
So if this thing is as violent as it appears, if it does find us, having a ready way to escape is probably better. I think you staying here with the car on is better for us. If we find something, I'd rather have that and have less chance of finding it than have more chance of finding it and then no way to escape it.
And she'll nod and put the car in park and just keep the engine idle, and we'll wave their energy drink. Perfect. This should keep me awake. And she'll switch the music over to she switched it over to a more rock, kind of like Evanescent, like a rock makes. Like you start to hear things of like Evanescence, Sleep Token, etc. Stuff that will keep you awake and whatnot. And she will gesture to Micah. If you want, in the back there's an extra service animal vest, just in case you want to. And she'll gesture to where Grim has just kind of made himself comfortable in the back, head on his paws, giving you all that look.
All right. I mean, sure, I'll try it. Not sure if it's gonna fit though, but gonna make do. She'll grab it and leave the car and get Grim to come out as well, and she'll gonna try and fit it on him, and it might just fit.
Yeah, there's a little bit of her like, Micah, Micah. But
I know, buddy. I know it sucks. Just suck it in.
Kind of does that weird noodle thing that most big dogs do when they don't want to have something put on them. But eventually, with Delilah's help, there are some adjustable straps to where you can fit 2 fingers kind of loosely under it. And Grim looks at you grumpy, like he will wear it this time, but if you're going to do this in the future, you should probably get one of your own.
Yeah, I know you're grumpy about it.
Understand.
Make a custom one for you. How's that?
With steak?
Sure.
Yeah. All right, you guys are out of the van. Delilah's inside studying and keeping herself awake. Where is your first port of stop? Like the entrance that's in this alleyway? Okay.
The entrance there, because that seems to be... It's the only thing Pendleton kind of has going at the moment, is that seems like it might be what's going on.
Okay.
So might as well check there.
Yeah, I will also activate Sense the Unseen by now.
Okay.
It does
Perfect.
not require arouse.
All right. I will make note that you are having your eyes on, and we'll add them appropriately. Okay. You guys go ahead and make it over to this entrance. Go ahead. You can either do a wits and awareness to kind of check around the area to see if anything has been moved. Wits investigation, or either wits streetwise to look for more kindred markings, or any of those 3 rolls with resolve if you're taking a closer look.
Yeah, we'll do some resolve streetwise.
Okay.
I'm gonna probably investigate the area. Does the paranormal mysteries count in?
Sure, paranormal mysteries does come in. I will also say if you wanted to do streetwise, you can add your lore sheet for kindred iconography.
Yeah, I just wanted another angle on the search.
Yeah, with your paranormal, if you're looking for paranormal stuff, add in your sense unseen. All right, let me go back to the box of doom.
I used wits investigation.
Okay. Very nice wits investigation. And Pendleton, you're still rolling. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I was trying to see what parts of my kindred iconography gave me. It doesn't actually help with this one, so.
No, but it did help with something else in the background. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. We'll be rolling that again at some point.
Yeah. Don't worry about your mural that was about the Nephilim. Don't worry about it. But yeah, okay. With 3, with resolve and streetwise, and that is enough to notice. There is what looks to be a marked sort of path area that you can take. That does seem to have, when you look closer at it, there does seem to be like a little bit of a blood smear, kind of like a hand on it that ran past it, sort of. For my 5 successes with, you said it was wits and investigation?
Correct.
You would notice once Pendleton points that out and you kind of take a quick glance and sort of follow it, you are able to see these little drops of blood that go along. You kind of notice as you look down, Philly is a city where weeds grow in the cracks and whatnot. These plants seem to be slightly swaying a little and whatnot, almost as if they've gotten a boost from this blood. Because Mandragora, what are those?
Not so much that these are special plants, but that they have been watered with vitae. Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, like what if you kind of, as you guys look at this, between your successes, like putting it together, like, oh, hi, I am now big person. Cool. There we go. That's been fixed. As I get paralyzed by my own face being there. But as you sense like these are not full on Mandragora yet, but they have gotten a boost from this kindred, something supernatural running by
so it's less
giving them a little
special plants that reacted to blood and more normal plants that reacted to vitae.
Yeah, normal plants that have reacted to vitae.
Okay.
And they are kind of now starting to wiggle a little more, look a little hardier and whatnot.
So it looks like they were like deliberately splashed with vitae, or was it just passing by and it splattered on them?
More like as you guys kind of retrace the steps, it looks like this person, this kindred, was running and the blood coming off of them fell on the ground and fed these things. It was not intentional, but when you are, this is storyteller for players, when you are at Hunger 4 and having stigmata and bleeding all over the place, things happen.
Oh yeah. But so looking at this, and she like says this to Pendleton, like he clearly went this direction, so I guess we should just go that direction.
This does explain why the person if the person was covered in blood before the attack, that would explain this. So, yeah, we'll head the way that it seems the blood trail is leading us.
Yeah.
Oh, just a question. How often did we ask this before? How often did the attacks happen? Like, how far between them are there?
You
They
did
were
ask us that,
regular
and I had
or
let you know. Yeah, it seemed every couple of nights. But as Cyrene had pointed out, there may have been people who did not report anything, or just animal carcasses lying about. That's in a city like Philly, people can explain it away by like, oh, well, this thing got hit by a car and most damage was covered up. So you're kind of sensing this might have been a nightly thing.
I see.
Yee.
Yeah.
Someone was hungry.
But someone feeding that often and this violently is not someone hitting hunger that can stop it, right? This is much more. This feels more like whitedom than anything else, right?
Go ahead, and because you both are older vampires, you are neonates at this point. Give me a intelligence and wits to kind of recall your own journey with
Because I
hunger.
would imagine, like, if it's just a hunger frenzy, it would end after killing one person or a couple people, depending on how it worked. But like sustained like this seems a lack of humanity. So
Yeah.
what was that again?
Intelligence and wits to kind of recall your own teachings from your sires and what have you. I really like the memory mechanic. Okay. Okay, another, let's see, 2 successes. Okay. You guys you're rolling pretty good so far. Pendleton, you recall it kind of in your early days, Rip saying something about it can take time to find how you want to eat. But you're not sure how that applies here. Micah, with your 5, you recall having a conversation with Betty about how there are some kindred who it takes a while to find their things, especially the Ventru, because their tummies are sensitive. You can also recall your own hunger, both of you, just how those first few weeks and months, it felt never ending, and you did not know how to satisfy it or make it stop.
Could this just be a very young kindred?
I mean, could be. Um,
Young and abandoned? Like hiding somewhere, being scared, alone, not
you
having
know,
anyone to tell them how.
hiding until the hunger drives them. But this is
Exactly.
unless they just can't get any sustenance from what they're eating. Attacking every night seems so strange. Um,
It does. It does. Could this be more than one?
that's a scarier thought.
Yeah.
I don't like that thought anymore, but could be. We might, I don't know, keep following the blood trail and see if this leads us to anything. If we see more than one, handprint, fingerprint, shoe print, um, can't do anything with this blood. I don't have that kind of blood sorcery, so.
No, but Grim, you can pick up that scent.
Yeah, if Grim can tell us, if we're following one or more scents, that would be very helpful.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's that good, but gives a little puff to Grim, like a teasing little puff.
He just kind of goes, I'm the bestest. You said so, and Betty said so, and I'm the bestest boy ever, and I can do a protect, and I can find it there.
Yeah, you are the bestest of all. And now get that scent, please. Thank you.
All right. Let me pull up, because the VA5 book does have stats for guard dogs. And Great Danes at some points are used as guard dogs. So give me one moment to give you that dice pool. Yes, I would like to go to that page and not the index. Take me to the page, Control F. Grumble, grumble. All right, let's see. We are going to call this for his pool. Mental. He is getting 4 dice. He does not have hunger dice, so it's just a straight 4.
Two successes out of 4 dice. That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's perfect. All right. He kind of puts his head down to the ground and snuffles and tilts his head, snuffles again, and looks up at you. Pendleton, you're just hearing boofs as he and Micah are talking back and forth. But Micah, what you hear, 2. There's 2. One kind of reminds me of you and the Leclerc lady. The other is scary smell, not good smell, bad smell.
What do you mean, bad smell? Older smell? Rancid?
Rancid, like spoiled bad blood.
Like him? And points over at Pendleton while doing boofs.
There's just a full body shake with his head going no.
Oh, okay. So, but just rotten, rancid, really bad.
Really bad meat, bad predator, not good.
Okay. So one that is more like me and mixed with Leclerc,
But spicy.
but spicy.
Like it kind of tilts his head and thinks and boofs like Christmas cookie shop.
Okay. That's okay. And it just looks over at Pendleton. So there is 2, allegedly. One smells really rancid and bad. The other smells, according to Grim, kind of like me and mixed Leclerc, but spicy? I don't know what that means.
I don't know at all what that means. But 2 is worrisome. I think we still have to try and get somewhat closer to what we're going. So can Grim follow the smell?
Yeah, let's just follow it. Grim, are you gonna be able to tell if the scents divide, if they split up?
Kind of tilts his head. He gives a doggy shrug, like I'm a dog man.
Well, just take in all the scents, okay?
And he nods and will kind of get back down on the ground, snuffle the scents again, and boof and start running and following them.
I guess we gotta follow.
Okay. As you all follow, I am going to pop this into y'all's important places channel that we have in the coterie area. Where is my notes channel? There it is. There we go. Important places. Is this mine or is this? I'll put it there later because I can't remember which. Oh yes, mine is the important places. There we go. Boop. You will come across a grocery store called the Great Wall Seafood and Grocery. The windows are covered in old newspaper and plywood. The door has been locked and bolted shut. Plywood behind it, a kind of like steel, those like steel gates, doors in front of it. And Grim stops, sits, looks at you all. And Mikey would be like, "Here, found it."
Apparently, they have been here, is here, was here. Is there any, like, with sense, what's it called? Sense of the unseen. Is there anything I can see that looks out of place? Any
Yeah.
markings, anything?
Give me a wits and streetwise. Add your kindred iconography and your sense the unseen. Pendleton, if you wish to look as well, you can also do a wits and streetwise as you look this over.
Yeah, kind of looking things over.
Okay. Would you both like to spend a willpower?
I mean, come on.
I would roll. I would spend a willpower. I should have had 5 dice on that original roll.
Okay.
So
Go ahead and we will
just
say
gonna-
you are at hunger 2, but you're going to be at hunger 3 for your next roll and re-roll it because it didn't have all your dice in there.
no, I shouldn't have had increased hunger. I rolled a rouse as my extra dice for that first
Okay.
roll, so I'm just gonna re-roll as a pool of 3, and that'll
Okay.
be me re-rolling this stuff there.
Perfect. Okay. 2. Got it. Okay. Dicebot is being mean. Micah, you look, but nothing seems out of the ordinary.
Okay, so that's 3 successes then.
3 successes. Pendleton, Micah, you're distracted by Grim saying, "Here, spicy cookies. Bad smell. Spicy cookies. Bad smell. Spicy cookies." And him kind of like shuffling all about. And you're trying to corral him back over to you. Pendleton, you almost miss it kind of in this chaos and whatnot. However, Elias Ripjaw Thatcher was your sire. And you know that man and his sense of irony.
That is true. Yes.
And you look, and as you're kind of watching this spectacle happen between Micah and her familis, you notice that on that picture where it says "Our Chinatown" is the scrawled symbol in R for sanctuary. Just barely there, you could almost miss it.
Okay. Does Pendleton know about Sanctuary though?
As you look at it and you kind of go, do you go closer to give it a
Well,
look?
yeah, he's going to go to look what the mark is, but I don't know if Pendleton knows about Sanctuary because that was
Yeah.
I don't think that was a here when he was here before thing.
Let me confer with Einar and we'll get you that information
Yeah.
after. However, as you look and kind of look down, you notice that you look at the symbol and you notice there's little faint grooves on it, almost like you can grab it and turn it like a door handle.
Okay. I kind of point that out to make it before he does anything with it. Like, I think this is something. I'm not sure what it's going to do if I mess with it.
Yeah.
Grim, sit. No, Grim,
But
sit.
Smell.
Sit. No, sit. Sit or go home.
You just
No stick.
He will, as Fennec is like, does that like hunch sit that dogs will do when they're upset.
I'm so sorry, Pendleton. What were you saying?
So this seems to be something you kind of point to where the symbol is that you can kind of is more than like just a symbol. I think this might open something, but I'm not. I just wanted you to be prepared before I messed with it.
For
Oh.
ST clarification, while the sign for sanctuary is the same as the hobo sign for here's the place, this would be the here Pendleton. You would know it as here's the place.
Okay.
So it looks similar to the sign that I saw on the
Mhm.
picture.
Yeah, the kindred hobo sign here's the place.
Right. Yeah. No, this matches what was on the picture.
Right.
Can you turn that?
Yeah, Pendleton will reach out to turn it to try and do the thing with it.
I'm not going to make you roll any dex or strength. It takes a second. It's a little stuck, but you hear this and it turns and you feel like you can pull it out to reveal the door.
Yeah. Yeah. He will do that.
All right. Okay. Yeah, it looks to be, if you look at it, it opens into a hallway. There are a few kind of lights lighting the area, like giving you, like you can see, but not full light. And it looks like it leads up to some stairs. Or stairs that lead down, my bad.
Right. Do we go down?
I don't know. I'm not too fond of just going in without knowing anything. But what choice do we have? We don't know anything about what happened yet.
You're
I
muted,
can't hear
bud.
you.
Why don't you let me go first and see if I see anything? And that we will rouse for unseen passage.
Okay.
Ah,
Cool.
yes. And I'm just gonna keep on looking with my eyes.
All right.
Okay. We don't get hungrier. Yay. So yeah, Pendleton will try and sneak down the stairs some.
Okay. Go ahead. Give me a wits and awareness as you're doing this.
Cool. It's much better at the hiding than he is the finding things.
That's fine.
2 successes.
It's going to be enough.
Cool.
As you are kind of slowly making your way through and going down these stairs, you notice there are discarded wires, there's broken glass and other things, and you're kind of piecing together this was at one point trapped. Like everything here was trapped, but you notice on the wall as you're kind of looking, there's some faded blood stains and other things that whoever's been here kind of set those off and never reset them up.
Makes sense. Well, he's going to kind of go down as far as he can till, if it turns or a hallway or whatever is kind of at the bottom of the stairs.
Sure. And at this point, oh, lovely STINR, feel free to describe the bolt hole for us.
Hello. Pendleton, at the bottom of the stairs, you would find what appears to be a single, fairly well-sized room, about 20 feet by 20 feet, underneath this old grocery store. There are cots, body bags, what look to be workbenches, old blood bags with dried crusted vitae in them. But there is also a couple of scraps of what look to be vellum, butcher's paper, various things with writing on them. One of the first things that catches your eye, though, is a fairly large sheet of what we will affectionately call sewer vellum. Don't ask. It catches your eye because it has a familiar scrawling handwriting on it. And next to that is what looks to be a heap of rags, bloody rags, shredded clothing, things heaped up into almost like a nest. Which would you like to investigate first? The pile of bloody rags or the sewer vellum?
Neither. He's going to kind of get Mike's attention to get them down here as well before he starts poking at things.
Yeah, you're able to back up and look up the steps to Micah.
Yeah. Which means he'll kind of let obfuscate drop away. He didn't see any obvious people here. And since the beast didn't trigger on, there's something in here hostile, correct?
Correct.
Cool. My super autistic hyper awareness superpower didn't tell me there's something bad here, so I will call in the lady and her dog.
You didn't
Like-
start glowing like that one sword in that one movie. Mike is also gonna come inside and very quietly walk down.
I love my weaponized anxiety as a superpower.
It's a good power. It's great power. All right. So now that you two are both down here, which are you investigating first?
I guess I'll look at the sewer vellum.
All right, I'll look at the other pile. Unless you want help.
Okay. Pendleton, when you look at the sewer vellum, can you go ahead and give me a wits and intelligence, please?
And then Micah, while Pendleton's doing that, if you're kind of investigating the nest and the areas around it, go ahead. You can either do a resolve investigation as you're poking through it, or a wits investigation.
Two is perfect. You don't need to worry about trying to fish for more.
We're just in
Paranormal?
the middling skills for Pendleton today.
Yes, paranormal would apply, Hannah.
But Pendleton, you recognize this right off the bat. This is a cipher that your sire taught you. And it is super easy for you to decode on the fly. He drilled this cipher into you. The first words that you read on the page, December 27th, or what's left of it. Well, ain't that a holiday to remember? Christmas Elysium, they said. Dress up nice, smile pretty, don't drool on the marble. I didn't go, obviously. Too many silk shirts and not enough tetanus. But word travels fast underground. Faster than rats. Faster than guilt. Hunters came in like a goddamn winter storm. And these weren't amateurs neither. Clean shots, fire in the right places, knew exactly who to hit. Tore through Biddle's court like it was wet paper. Toreador shrieking, Ventrue choking on their own blue blood. Seneschal didn't even get a last word. Whole lineages cut down between carols. And now they say Lydia Burke's sitting pretty on the ashes. Queen, they're calling her, like some bold new enterprise. Heh, enterprise and slaughter. Funny how the hunters knew exactly where to look. Funny how they didn't come anywhere near her. The next entry on the page reads, January 3rd. The Warrens burned. Not all at once. That'd be merciful. No, this is methodical. One nest a night. Fire bombs, sunlight traps, collapses in the tunnels. Somebody's mapping us. Somebody's got old blueprints, or worse, new ones. Lost Harkers brewed yesterday. Whole clutch of them. Young ones, too. Barely knew how to keep their faces from sliding off when they got hungry. Didn't matter. Dragged out, staked, burned. No questions, no whose side are you on. Just ash. You ever hear a Nosferatu scream when the sun catches? It ain't like the movies. It's wet, It's confused, like they don't understand why the world suddenly hates them so much. Reminds me of winter in Valley Forge. Men freezing, starving, asking God why he turned his back. Difference is, back then, Washington still had a plan. And that is what you find on this fragment.
Now would also be a good time to check in with our players, because I know that's a little bit much. How we doing, gang?
Green.
Okay,
Green.
cool. Awesome. So, Micah, for your 5 successes, I did see it. You kind of poke about this nest. You use do you use your hands, or do you kind of use like a stick off the ground to shuffle through it?
Have a stick. Use a stick. Don't touch.
Found a stick on the ground, and Mike is gonna use it. But yeah, you were able to kind of push this apart. You get through the bloody clothes, the torn rags, and everything. You find what looks to be a more modern style journal. On the front, it's covered with this kind of dried, crusted blood from this nest. It has depicted on it what looks to be like a tree of life symbol on it. Do you open it?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. You kind of flip through it and look through it, and whatnot. The first entry you start on would be December 24th, 2024. And it says, I got the results back today. Stage 4, terminal. I am only 21. This is not fair. Why me? And as you continue to read, it goes into the writing. It smears in some spots what look to be from tears, and it says, they say it's aggressive, and even catching it early wouldn't have helped. It's a rot inside of me, eating everything away. I'm tired, and I'm mad, and I don't know which is worse. As you continue to read, you learn this girl's name is Sarah, and that she was a student at University of Penn, and she went to the university hospital, or the hospital of the university, for a routine checkup, and that's when they found this aggressive stage 4 cancer. You kind of flip. The next entry is January 15th. These pages are smeared with what looks to be blood and dirt, and written in a very shaky, almost, the ink looks dark brown, and what have you, and it's written, I don't know where I am. Something happened. I went outside to walk, and then everything was on fire. And I screamed and I fought, and now I'm here. And it's dark and I'm scared. The next entry doesn't have a date. It's just question marks written again in that same kind of scrawled brownish ink. And it says, the person next to me says their name is, where did I put that name? There it is. Siri. Like the fucking app. But they said they picked it. We're planning to get out tonight. Hopefully. We don't want to be one of the screams. And there's another entry you flip to, and it is a more recent entry. It is March 3rd. And it says, something's wrong with Siri. They don't want to talk anymore. They just want to hide and hurt. And I'm trying, but I don't know how to fix them. and you flip to the most recent entry, and it's just all it says is help. Someone help. How we doing, gang? Because I realize I dumped a lot there too.
All good.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Micah will close the book slowly and look over at Pendleton. Whatever happened here, whoever lived here or still lives here, I've been hurting a long time.
Yeah, if Pendleton takes a look over the journal. That's each Nos embrace is different, but I'm guessing he's seeing some things that stand out the same, right?
It sounds, I will give you this because you are an Nos. While it sounds like the embrace hurts everybody because you are dying, this doesn't sound like a traditional Nos embrace, especially as you both kind of look at this journal and you realize the entries that are kind of more shaky and in that brown liquid look to be written in vitae. And what have you, like the person Sarah cut their finger and wrote. It doesn't seem like a Nos would keep somebody around just to, you get the sense there's something with these screams. Like there's something more going on here that doesn't seem like what a Nos would typically do for these embraces.
Right. This is okay.
Yeah, Sarah and Siri, apparently is what they're called, and Siri was the one that, I guess.
Yeah, he can kind of see that the person with cancer might have been a Nos embrace. That seems like something that might a petty Nos embrace. The other person, he's not sure.
Micah will take out her phone and just shoot Cyrene a quick text. Does the names Siri and Sarah ring any bell?
You'll get a text back. Not particularly. You find something?
A diary and a bolt hole.
Interesting. All right. Let me know when you got more.
Okay, I know the dates for Ripjaw's things were Christmas Elysium and then January, sometimes afterwards when the Warrens were being burned.
Yeah.
What were the dates on the journal entries?
This one for Sarah's journal are 2024 and 2025. So after Ripjaw.
Right. Okay. So they would have been like, okay, the diagnosis stuff was it all after Ripjaw's stuff?
Yeah. I will give you this because you guys have been rolling really well and you both are investigative builds. And if you say you're going to take the time to kind of look over everything, I'll give it to you without rolling since the bot's being a little mean. You guys kind of piece together that this bolt hole was Rip's. However, it seems that Sarah and Siri stumbled upon it from wherever they escaped from.
If we look at whatever marks leads in, like blood splatter or marks or whatever leads in here, can we tell which is the most recent and kind of that way figure out when they were last here?
Yeah, you can
If it
roll.
was like days ago or hours or
Sure.
months?
We will call this either a wits in science or a resolve in science. If you have forensics, you can add that because you're trying to determine how long this blood spatter has been here. You can also, if you wish, continue to kind of explore this bolt hole, see what else might be hidden away with investigation-y stuff.
I have nothing in science, so I'll keep looking around this bolt hole.
Okay.
Yeah. Pendleton I should probably put a dot or two into medicine at some point. That makes sense. But he knows some about blood. Is the blood here like I have shaped the Sacred Sacrament, which lets me interact with blood that is not dry, obviously.
Yeah.
Is there a way to even tell, like, just from the basics of like what is still, because I know how blood reacts, like how it's going to look on surfaces just from tattooing and things like that, and then just the tiny bit of blood sorcery about just trying to give a rough idea of how long it has been since blood has been spilt in here, I guess.
You know what? Go ahead, roll me because you're trying to take a deep dive into this and figure it out. Give me a resolve and blood sorcery.
Everything is 4 dice pools today. That's all.
Can I do just an investigation?
Yeah. You can do an investigation. I realize neither of you have added your extra dice.
What do you mean?
Because you've been prepping. None of you added that extra prep die.
Oh,
so if you want to add it to this.
True.
Okay. Are we going to keep
I mean,
it's fine. I'm just gonna. I will tell you. I'm going to give you the cryptophilia compulsion to keep investing.
That makes sense.
I
will take that because it's the best roll I've had all day. I think it's one of the first rolls that hasn't had a 1 in the hunger dice of all my rolls. I have rolled so many 1s today.
That is fair. All right.
Is mean.
But I need you to be so fucking cool right now. All right. So with your 5 successes on a messy crit, you are able to kind of get down and look at these blood stains. You can tell that there is fresh blood here that has probably been spilt within the past couple of hours. And you kind of look and follow it, and you see there is a line of sight to an exit hole. It appears you just missed them. But because it is a messy, as you see that secret, you want to know more secrets here in this bolt hole. You want to know what else it's being hidden around here.
Right. But if I see the exit, right, and then we've kind of poked through the journal. What else was in the room that was something we could poke at?
There are some shelves, some cots, things of that nature. Hannah, I saw you got 2. Does Micah want to use a willpower to try and see if she can't get more successes?
No, because I only have 2 willpower to use left, and I want to save it for something if it's important.
That's fair. Yeah, you're just kind of poking about, and your eyes kind of just keep going back to this journal you found, and of this girl who had her whole life ahead of her, only for it to be snatched away, essentially, and kind of just stare at it. But yeah, so Pendleton, you're gonna kind of poke around the rest of the place.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to dig through anything else he can find in the room. So
okay, yeah, easy enough. We can call it wits an investigation or resolve an investigation. Micah, as you see him doing this, do you also want to roll, or do you want to lend him a help die?
She can help, but she's also pondering a little bit. Like, what if we just waited for them to come back?
It's just the way they've been moving. I don't know if they'll come back.
Why wouldn't they? It seems like they've been using this place for a long time.
Yeah, that's concerning. Considering how far how far is the hub from here, the hospital where the first attack was?
Oh goodness, I'm pretty far from my understanding. What my fellow ST was telling me, they have kind of been zigzagging their way through town, basically at this point.
Right. So, like, if they were returning here every time, that might make sense. Well, he's gonna just kind of look through. So it's like waiting here is not a bad idea, but it does mean waiting here for, potentially too hungry kindred to come back and stumble upon us here.
Yeah, that's true.
What was the roll for looking more into as I succumb to my compulsion to keep digging?
We are going to call it a either investigation or wits and investigation or resolve an investigation.
We're going deep dive, so we're going to go resolve.
Okay. And Mike is giving you the help die.
So it takes me to 6.
Yeah.
You said something about a prep die. Was that just for earlier rolls, or is that also for this? Or
You can add it to this if you haven't used it yet.
I
So
haven't, and since I'm under compulsion, I think I'll use the best dice I can. So.
okay. Did we get another messy? Hang on, I gotta look because I was getting.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. How much willpower do I have? Okay, I've still got plenty. We're gonna try and fix this because I'd like to not double.
I was just gonna raise your hunger, but okay. You are welcome to try and roll out of it.
We didn't roll out of it. We did add extra success, so we're
all right. Beautiful, because this gets. We are going to. This will be twofold. Micah, you are. I'm going to do a little narration here. You are watching as Pendleton starts just ripping these body bags apart, flipping things over, shaking them out to find the last little bits, and whatnot. So you're going to cause some property destruction, and your hunger goes up because you're just so focused on this Pendleton. But you are able to find, as we posted in your channel, the rest of Elias's fragments from what he wrote. There's a particular one, OST Einar, you want to read. That's fine, as I'm grabbing the rest of the stuff that y'all are finding.
And meanwhile, Mike is just like, whoa, hold on. Okay, no, I'll stepping back. Okay.
Which one was it that you wanted me to read?
I was gonna say Dealer's Choice, but I do particularly like the one about the other kid.
Okay. Let's see here. March 12th. I found one of ours. Barely. Name was Liza, I think. Hard to tell. Face was half gone. Not from the fire. From something else. Clean cuts. Precise, like someone was studying her. She kept asking if the war was over. I told her yes. I lied. Put her out of it quick. Well, as quick as I could. Ain't mercy, but it's the closest thing we get. I'm getting tired. Not in the bones. That stopped mattering a century ago. And the purpose of it. Digging, hiding, counting the dead like coins in a jar. This ain't how it's supposed to go. And the final entry. March 20th. If Sexton's out there, he's late. But I remember another time we thought we were finished. Ragged army, no supplies, winter biting down like a wolf. Everyone said it was over. Then it wasn't. So I'll keep moving. Keep scratching tunnels, keep dodging the fire, keep my ugly hide just out of reach. Because if there's even a sliver of a chance someone's coming to set this crooked city straight, I want to be there to see Burke's face when the bill comes due. And if nobody comes, well, I still got my saw.
Micah, I will say, as you're kind of gathering up the bits that Pendleton is upturning, you would find the 3 items I put in y'all's OOC chat, along with another journal that I will give you here in a moment. The first is this brooch with a black diamond skull in the middle, white diamonds surrounding it, and with your eyes, with your sense the unseen, you can sense there's a little bit of a flicker kind of attached to it. The second item is what looks to be that worn, faded Eagles jersey that Pendleton you would absolutely recognize as Elias's. It is from the, as Einar put it, because I'm not an Eagles person, a jersey worn in 1950s by Jesse Richardson from the Philadelphia Eagles. And the third item, Micah is going to give you pause. This black band inset with these dark green emeralds. It is also familiar. And you turn it over in your hands, and you can remember your sire Betty wearing it the night that she went off to Elysium, before Grimm came to find you, before he told you you had to run. That's your sire's ring.
As soon as Micah picks up the ring, she just pauses and looks at it, kind of stunned. She never thought she'd find anything really from Betty.
There seems to be, as you kind of flip over these items and shake out the jersey, there's a little note from Elias that says, that will be in that cipher that Pendleton is able to decipher, that says, managed to find these. Gotta get the Hakadas home, and I don't know where Betty's kid is.
Yeah, Pendleton is carefully stacking Elias's things. You know, the jersey, the different scraps and notes. He handles them religiously, like they are something very important.
Reverend.
Yeah, reverent. That's the word. And he kind of keeps those kind of set aside as he's kind of dug through everything else. You know, his kind of whole goal for coming back to Philly revolves around this, especially. So these are very important.
Yeah. Micah, I know you had a similar goal, so how are you feeling?
Stunned. She puts on the ring, see if it fits. Like, maybe it's a little bit loose or something.
Yeah.
She puts it on and just flexes her fingers a little bit. And in her other hand, she still has that diary.
Mhm.
I didn't know that tonight was going to be so personal.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really want to figure out who these kids are. Yeah.
Yeah, I it's a long shot, but I was just thinking I know someone in the medical community. Maybe I can get her files, figure out more about who she was.
Guess we have a name and a date for a diagnosis and where it happened. So that's something, and kind of what it is. So
Probably also date of death,
oh yeah.
but that might not be publicly known.
No. It gives us a place to start. Pendleton saw the kind of posture and the kind of, you know, back exit to this space, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
He's going to try and take a peek through there to see if there's any clue on, you know, where this might connect in or where they might go next.
Yeah. Like many of the posterns in Philly that are dug by the Nos, this one, as you kind of open the door and kind of peek down and look a little ways, you would see it go even further underground. So it looks like it hit up the sewer system. Quick question, Micah, are you looking through the journal at all or just kind of holding it?
Yeah, no, she's looking through the journal again just to
Okay.
find as many details about this Sarah as she can, and Siri as well.
Okay,
so
because
that she can find more about her.
gotcha. Okay, so this one is a different one. This one is just like a plain kind of that old style leather notebook cover. So it's different than Sarah's.
Oh, okay.
My bad. I should have clarified that.
She will look through that as well then, yeah.
Okay, yeah. You open it. The first entry is a couple months after the Elysium attack. And it is written, I have to tell her what she wants to hear. Prince Burke will destroy everything if I don't. I have to keep telling her, but the truth wells inside of me and it screams to be let out. And I don't want to lie. The sun, it burns, and underneath is a drawing of the city on fire with a sun above it. You flip to the next entry and it says, I have to tell the truth. I have to tell the truth. You will rise to your fullest height. The crown and thrones will be yours, but you will succeed in all you set to accomplish, but it will not last. The unconquered sun will rise and shall unmake all you have created. And it kind of continues this way for a few entries until one that says, she knows I lied. She knows. They got them. Oh God, they got them. With more drawings of this sun burning various parts of the city and what have you.
She walks over and shows the drawings and the entries to Pendleton. I think this could be Siri's book.
Could be. Don't know exactly what's going on that she's talking about though, but it's a
No.
bit esoteric for my knowledge.
Can I do an investigation with the
With the journal?
Yeah, I don't know if kindred iconography kind of falls into here, but it's the sun symbol and the burning and stuff.
Yeah, I will allow you to do kindred iconography. I will let me look at your thing here. Because I swore you had something dealing with blood cults.
I don't. I have nautism.
No.
In a cult.
Okay. I will give you this. You can either do intelligence and occult, and I will let your kindred iconography apply, or you can do intelligence and academics with kindred history, because cults fall under history.
Okay, I'll do the academics, the kindred history.
Okay.
Does the iconography also fall in under here?
I will allow it because technically cult iconography is part of, in my mind, kindred iconography. That's how I will be rolling this, and if we need to walk it back, then we can walk it back later.
Oh, Bot, you're so nice. You're looking so good today. Oh my god, like
The Bot, you're so pretty.
Cool. Be cool. It was resolved, right?
Yeah, you can do resolve if you're doing a deep dive.
Sure. I mean, if it's wits or resolve, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And this will kind of be our final roll before we go into like wrapping things up and kind of getting you all back to the haven and everything as a heads up.
Oh my god, Bud, you're so cool. Yeah, I mean, so cool. 7 successes.
7 successes. As you look over this journal, you are able to find the name of the owner in there, Violet Love. And for the two of you, as you show this to Pendleton, if you show him, that name rings familiar because that was Biddle's oracle of the city. That was the former court oracle, and it seems Burke kept them on. And as you're kind of looking at this, you get the sense that they're talking about Burke's downfall. And while 7 successes isn't the threshold to get for all the occult information, you remember there is a cult out there, a kindred cult, that does have sun motifs. Or a blood cult would be a better way of putting it.
Okay. Is it too late to willpower?
It is too late to willpower.
Okay. Yeah, she shares all this with Pendleton, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what is her or the Oracle's stuff doing in here unless Elias found it?
It could be part of the things that he found, yeah.
Yeah. You kind of get the sense, the two of you, as you look at the stuff that was gathered, like Betty's ring, his jersey, this Hikata brooch, and Violet's journal, that Elias was trying to keep record and trying to hold on to the history. So the story could be told eventually. The hope there that he could tell that story and honor these people who had lost so much up to the point of their final death. Because every fallen deserves to have a headstone. Pendleton, you would also know that Violet was a dear friend of Ripjaw's, like that they did pranks and shit together.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hannah, didn't mean to cut you off. I just forgot about that and need to put it in there.
No, Mike was just about to say, I think we've looked through as much as we can here. Let's just head back and share what we have.
Yeah.
Maybe Cyrene can shed some more light on things, or
Yeah, that makes sense. And also, I really do want to find these people now, but I know if we find them on our own, I don't think we do a good job of that. So
exactly. Oh, poor babies. I really hope they're okay. Right. Let's head back then.
yeah, we'll pack up all the things we found and head back to go see what Cyrene has to say about them.
Tidy up a little bit so it doesn't look like it was completely ransacked.
He's going to, okay, so Pendleton is going to kind of, just in case, he's going to cut his own finger, and then make he would know the hobo sign stuff that Ripjaw had taught him, and just leave one for like friend, and then his business card.
I'll allow it.
Ooh, and I think I don't have a business card yet, but I think Meike would also like tear off a note from her own notebook and like write just like a little note of like, sorry, we left it in a mess. We want to help. Signed M-A-H.
All right, I'm going to be making some notes in my special ST area because of that, but I like it. Fucking smart, you two. Gold stars. And whatnot. But yeah, you guys are able to make it back to the van. You'll have found like a small cardboard box to kind of tuck everything in away from prying eyes. Delilah kind of senses y'all's mood is a little somber, a little thoughtful. So she doesn't say much as she drives you back to the Coterie Haven and lets you out. We'll go park it. You kind of make your way inside to the meeting area. Cyrene is no longer in the chair. They are tacking up what looks to be another attack on the board about a half a mile away from where you all found this bolt hole.
Another. Oh man.
Kind of
Yeah.
set the stuff on the table. Another that makes sense.
Yeah. Puts the journals and the diaries back as well, down as well. We found out a few things, but not that much. We left a note, a way for them to contact us, or him. I'm gonna reach out to the people in the medical community that I know. Maybe we can do that together, work on that together. If you are able, Cyrene, and figure out more about this Sarah person.
All right. Yeah. Who's Sarah? And she'll gesture to the box. Y'all found a box.
You found a few things. Yeah.
Okay.
One of Elias's old bolt holes. These kids seem to be using.
That makes sense.
Now, 2 other ones are using it.
2. Okay.
Well, maybe 2. Grim seems to think that there's 2 scents. One that's rancid and rotten, and one that's more like us. And she points at Cyrene and herself, but spicy. I don't know what to make of that. But I found this diary, this one with the tree on it. That's Sarah's. She was a stage 4 cancer patient. And then suddenly things changed for her.
Okay.
From what I can read in her diary. She met Asiri. And they've been together for a while, it seems. Don't know if that's still them doing this. Could be. But they've been staying in this in this bolt hole.
Just kind of flip through the diary and think for a second. Ain't uncommon if they were, it might be roommates. Ain't uncommon for a bond like that to stick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we.
Go ahead. You first.
We've found, as Pendleton said, it was Ripjaw's old bolt hole, and we found a few things. This brooch and his shirt, this journal, and this ring.
She'll kind of look them over, handle them very carefully, and look at Pendleton. I take it you're keeping the shirt.
Yeah, and these kind of writings.
Okay. She'll
dig through it all.
She'll thumb through the journal with a frown and a smile. Oh, that's valid, all right. Okay. That's good to know. She'll look at the brooch and kind of look at the note that's attached to it after you all explain it. I'll have to ask Rowan, the sheriff, about this. He's one of the few Hecata flavored people in town. He might know more.
Yeah. I'd like to keep the ring if that's all right.
Oh, it was your sire's. I ain't gonna, She kind of just looks at it for a second, her eyes sort of cloud over this moon white with the gold glow in the middle before changing back. Doesn't seem anything wrong with it.
I figured. I looked it over myself, but thank you for looking it over again.
Yeah. Shadow, I'm supposed to guide and keep you safe.
Yeah. I don't think it's wise to go down there anymore tonight because they could be aggressive, but if we're lucky, they're going to try and contact us.
All right. I trust y'all to keep an eye on it, and you let me know what happens, all right?
Of course.
Well,
All right. And she'll kind of look over at y'all. Either y'all need to go get, bite to eat or anything, or...
No, I'm good. I went earlier tonight.
No, I should be good. I can handle that on my own.
All right. And she'll nod. All right. Well, I'm gonna hang on to Miss Love's journal here and reach out to her. But you done good work tonight. And if you need anything, you both have my number. All right.
Yeah.
Of course.
She'll nod and kind of turn Violet's journal over in her hands a few times and smile at you. All right. Well, y'all can stay here if you want. Their bedrooms, well, I say bedrooms, they're more like partitions with cots are set up. Or you can get back to getting where you need to get.
I think I'm going to stay here tonight.
I think I'm gonna head out then.
All right.
Yeah. Got some things to think on. So.
All right. And she'll nod and ask you if you need Delilah to drive you home or if you're good.
If she's free, that wouldn't be bad.
Okay. Yeah, and Delilah will not come back in, spin the keys around, and get you to where you need to go. Before I kind of close this out with an outro shot, I'd like to get y'all's thoughts on everything. Also, quick player check-in. How we doing?
Still good.
Doing well.
All right, awesome.
Blue probably.
Oh yeah, blue. One thing Mike is gonna do before we end is she's gonna very quickly drive home, pick up a few books that she remembered she had, and then come back with them.
Yeah.
So, and then she's gonna find some place and just sit and stare and think.
Easy enough to do. I'd like to imagine that you are kind of sitting there twirling your sire's ring while you're thinking.
Oh yeah, yeah. With just sitting on the floor somewhere with Rim curled up around her.
Fair enough. Pendleton, how on your drive home and as you get back to your haven, what are your kind of parting shots and things you're doing for the night?
Well, he's gonna definitely try and feed. He's got one more in his herd he can use, and then he wouldn't mind hunting to get just down to one for the last of it. But
Yeah,
mostly
you can take half for that.
Mostly he's just trying to kind of, he's just gotten more from his sire that he didn't have before, and more of what he was up to. So I think he's going to kind of be spending the rest of his evening kind of going through everything, and it's been a while since he's heard anything from Elias. So these are kind of last words type things. So he's definitely going to be digging into those and kind of just spending time with that.
Okay. Fair enough. And kind of our final for the session, as Micah settles in to the haven under Books of Her Own, and Pendleton is sitting in his haven looking over these last words from his sire while Cyrene is looking at this board. The camera pulls back to another part of the city, into another, what looks to be makeshift bolt hole, a ragged nest of trash and torn clothes and other various things kind of in the farthest corner away from any sort of light. And two figures are just curled up inside of it. One, their skin is almost translucent with dark black veins running along that skin. Their face just a mess of gore and splattered blood as their eyes are closed with their head resting in this other figure's lap, as a very thin looking hand is stroking this matted hair and just singing softly under their breath. Will you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go out together to the wild mountain tide. And the camera fades to black from there. And that is where we will leave our duo session, Bolt Hole Blues. I'm going to have my players go around and introduce themselves here, starting with Pendleton, because you're unmuted.
So I am Felber, or Dapper Zombie, anywhere that can find me on the internet. I am here playing Pendleton, and anything else that storytellers need from me for Philly. But you can find me all over the place doing other nonsense vampire things. I realized that I'm in a lot. So, yeah.
Aren't you on another thing tonight when this hopefully
Yes.
comes out?
I'm at St. Arden by night tonight on No Safe Rolls, where Finnick is a community manager over there. I am on Dark Domain, where I was playing last night as Caster Lynch, trying to figure out what to do about Sabbat and demons. Show up all over the place.
Nice. And we will bop it over to Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I play Meike Andrea Hofmann. She's German. I just don't know how to do a German accent. Excuse me.
You're good.
Don't find me.
Fair enough. The only way I can remember to do a German accent is based off of a old skit that goes, "Ah, we the bodies." If you know that skit, it's a great skit. But I should, introduce myself and whatnot. Hi, I'm Fennec Lee Wilder. You can find me on just about everything at the Fennec Wolf in some variation. I storytell here for Philly by Night as the storyteller for the Mystery Machine Coterie that you saw today. I do various SPC work for here. As Felber decided to not let me get away with not plugging myself, I'm also the community manager for over on No Safe Rolls, where we have a lot of cool projects coming up and in the works. And there's some other things I can't tell you about yet, but hopefully soon. Yeah, I'm gonna bop it over to our other ST Einar, because he was here tonight and he needs to plug himself too.
Hi, everybody. I'm Einar. You can find me pretty much anywhere I want you to find me at Einar_TTRPG. You can also find me where the skies are blue at Instar's Orbit. You can find more about our funny little game. I'm going to go ahead and plug our socials. We are on TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky at Philadelphia by Night. I am the lead ST founder, co-creator of Philly by Night. I also SPC for various different tables. I run the New Guard table, and that's currently my largest project so far. But there might be some more new stuff coming down the pike. Keep your eyes peeled for various one-shots, new tables, all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah.
And thank you all so much for coming out and seeing our funny little vampire game.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching and supporting us. And remember, just because we may play monsters doesn't mean we can't be the light in somebody's life or community, especially with how things are going right now. So take care of yourself, y'all.